hanging with the 42. The 42 goes down low. The 79 gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67, though, and Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. He, Paul Bertiani, and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down in the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Oh, into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with a run down. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Derek Welsh made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag. So here we go, final lap. Hello and welcome everybody into some Monday night racing action here with the Numb Thumbs Racing League Xfinity Series as they head on home to the home of NASCAR here at Charlotte. Tonight we got 125 laps to decide the winner and a whole bunch of losers, and it's going to be a great battle out here amongst the 4 corners in the quad oval here tonight. And of course the lights are on, so it is indeed a night race, which is how it should always be. So let's sit on back, relax, get those potato chips ready, and get ready to rumble as we get things all started off here with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge thank you to the proud supporters here of the NTRL, such as Davidson Builders up there in the northern New Jersey area. Be sure to go and give them a shout out and a look if you're looking to maybe do a whole home remodel, put an extension on the house, or even just change out the kitchen sink. Let the professionals up there over at Davidson Builders get the job done for you. Big thank you for supporting the NTRL. Of course, as well, big thank you to DEP Graphics. Some phenomenal paint jobs coming out of that garage every single day as everyone tries to beautify their cars and make them eye-popping gorgeous. So head on over to DEP Graphics to get yourself a customized paint scheme here today. Of course, big thank you as well to Sim Gear Central. Some phenomenal button boxes being made each and every single day over there, where it's got all the flip dials, turn knobs, anything you think of for whatever sim you're doing. That could be truck sim, farm sim, flight sim, the sims, whatever you possibly could need a button box for, he has it. So be sure to head on over to Sim Gear Central and pick yourself up a button box here today for some excellent in and out of sim photography and videography edits. Be sure to head on over to Track Bar Media, whether it's for the real life racing or this iRacing. They do a great job of getting some fantastic packages out to you. So be sure to head on over to Track Bar Media here today and get yourself some see what they got going on. And of course, big thank you as well to Martin Sports. Be sure to get your team all looking like a team with some customized jerseys and sim race apparel over there at the Martin Sports store. They got the gloves, they got jerseys, they got whatever you could possibly need to start looking professional over there. So head on over to Martin Sports. Big thank you for supporting the NTRL. As always, I am Alan Brown, and I'm about to go live on a sailboat. Do I know how to sail? Nope, not a clue. But we'll figure it on out when we're in the middle of the Atlantic. And I am joined by my good friend, Mr. Alan English, the brewmaster in general, here with me in the booth as we take on this treacherous 1.5 mile track here tonight, here, Alan, at Charlotte, the home of NASCAR. And man, it's going to be some high flying, some high speed, some great time going on out there for these drivers.
Yeah, it's a fun track. It's always fun when we come back to Charlotte. This 1.5 mile is iconic, as everyone is well aware. And it can get crowded out there. We're gonna have a pretty good sized field out there today, I believe. Let's see how many cars we got. 34 cars registered here so far, and we're not even done with the qualifying session yet. So that can make for a pretty crowded spot on the racetrack out there. This track is not super wide. There's really not a whole lot of different lines to run out there, so it's going to get crowded, especially coming off of 4, coming off of 2. It's going to kind of bottleneck on these guys real quick, and you got to be aware of your surroundings. So I think we'll see some guys out there trading paint, rubbing some fenders out there as they fight for some real estate out there here at Charlotte tonight.
Indeed, it's down there on pit road, ready for all the beating and banging action, is our official anger management specialist, Mr. Adam Turner, all locked in and loaded. Adam, coming off of a plate track here to something a little bit more small, but still can kind of race the same way, especially on fresh tires. Probably going to be seeing everybody race in one giant pack until everything kind of wears itself out. It could get a little dicey out there tonight.
No, it always gets dicey at nighttime in Charlotte. Like you said, this was their home track in NASCAR. It's like one of those tracks. Some people love it, some people hate it. I tend to kind of like the setup. The front stretch is super dangerous with a quad oval, and I think we're going to see some movement out of 4. Probably some anger, people banging, hitting right side romance and all that cool stuff. And maybe somebody gets mad and flips somebody the bird and gets out and throws a helmet or something. I don't care. Either way, this track is meant for oval racing, not that stupid thing they do when they do what do they call it, the roval? That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But tonight, looking forward to this. Here, let me give you the rules. 1 fast repair, 65% fuel. Here's the problem I see. It's 3 sets of tires only, so we're going to have to figure that out. 3 total sets of tires, 18 incident points, you get a penalty. 25 incident points, you'll be disqualified. The only thing good about the tires tonight, I guess, it's cool. It's 70 degrees on the track, so won't wear them down as quick.
Indeed, as we take a look here at tonight's race info, some beautiful weather being had by all out here tonight under these lights. Not a raindrop in the sky, as these guys really not gonna have to compete with anything. Track should be nice and cool here as well. Things might get a little heated as they continue to run on it, but we'll have to wait and see on that side of things. But otherwise, a beautiful night of racing, bringing us down to tonight's key to the race. And you kind of touched on it there a little bit there, boys. Hey, you gotta watch out for that quad oval, that wall, for whatever reason, as you come out of 4 and into the kind of home start-finish stretch there, it starts to peek on out on you, and you can clip that wall pretty hard.
Yep, and these cars do have that new damage model, so you will see some damage accumulate on the right side of that car if they, scrape that wall a few times on the side of that car. So you want to make sure you don't get any bad damage like wheel damage or suspension damage there. But I think a lot of guys are going to be using that one fast repair here tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right. We're about getting lined up here to start this thing. This is awesome.
And that indeed is qualifying finishes on up, which means we have our official starting grid here tonight from Charlotte. The 13 of Paul Durkee is going to start off in that pole position. He's going to have the number 2 of Jim Ott starting to his outside here tonight. Some great starting spots for those two drivers. You got the 05 PJ Cox on up there starting in 3rd tonight, having a pretty good run. Alongside him is going to be the 98 of our friendly Canadian, Mr. Connor Leach, getting things kicked on off there in 4th place. You got the 20 of Justin Lawson with a top 5 starting position here tonight. You got the 32 of Nick Biddy as well on up inside of this top 10 starting in 6th. The triple O of the double O of the single O of Mr. Joe Bennett getting things here in 7th. You got the 8 of Dylan Mad Max Bryant Mansion, his car number here tonight, starting in 8th. The 099 Albert Anderson finding his way into a top 10 starting grid position here tonight in 9th, with the 31 of Mr. Scott Milner rounding out your field's top 10.
92 of Tim Stubblefield. Stubbs will start in 11th. 12th place will be Mark Collins in the 23. The 33 of Sean Roberts will start in 13th position. 14th place will be Justin Hurst in the 22. The 41, Chris Goins, starting in 15th place. Outside row number 8 there. Brandon Coleman in the 19. The 3 of Skylar Herod. And the 81 of Hayden Malcolm will start side by side in row number 9. The 4 of Anthony Williams. And the double nickel, Tom Barish, rounds out your top 20.
38, Frank Peacock. I think I said that right. 21st, Chris Klein, 18. 22nd, number 7, Tristan Cotton, the Trister. 23rd, the Assassin, number 72, John Luke Wilkie in 24th. 14, Benjamin McKinnon. He starts 25th. 26th, Dylan Walterman. Number 1, Derek Welch. He's back here in the back. He must have got run over or something. 27th to number 6, Joe David. He's 28th. 29th, Paul Ferdiani, the Gambler. Russ Endicott, 30th. Larry Dickerson, 31st. 79, Jarrett Woodard, 32nd. Joseph Thompson, 33rd. Justin Morrow, 34th. And Michael Eden is in the tail here, 35th position.
And that rounds out your field here tonight as the field lines on up side by side right behind the pace car. We're going to be getting ready to go to the green flag here in just a second. Looks like they extended it here for a moment just to make sure everyone gets all gathered up and grouped back on around, because it is a very full field here tonight. Speaking of a full field, we got a full field popping off there in the YouTube chat there, Mr. English.
Yeah, we did. We got Officer Love joining us out there saying, let's go racing. Derek Welch, congratulations on NTG Trucking, the number 8 virtual trucking company in the world right now as far as mileage goes. This guy's been putting in a lot of mileage. I've been trying to help him out as much as I can off duty here. Let's see. Thank you, Josh, for joining us. Tristan Cotton as well, driver of the number 7 GDS Chevy Camaro. Officer Love passing on his congratulations to NTG. Jessica Stubblefield here for Stubbs. So is Lauren as well. Stub Nation out in force here tonight. Lauren said, who's ready for some caution shots tonight? I bet you'll get the opportunity tonight. I think we may get a couple here. And then Officer Love saying, let's go Eden. Rooting for the low man out there, starting in last place.
And talk about, so fantastic shout out there for the NTG Trucking crew being number 8 in the entire world. That's a huge accomplishment there in the truck sim world of things.
Event, yeah.
Also a huge event going out to our good friend Cubby, Mr. Nathan Stanley, adding to his family there with a beautiful baby girl. Yeah. being born back on the 8th. So congratulations to Cubby and his family.
Congrats, Cubby. Big time in your life right now.
I know.
buddy.
I think it's his first as the pace car peels on off down onto pit road, which means it is time to get up and running here. Green flag racing for the first time here tonight at Charlotte as the field rumbles and stumbles its way on down into turns 1 and 2. The 13 and the 2 continue to go side by side. 13 on the bottom side getting a pretty good run there. That's leaving enough room to dive on down to that inside line and get maybe a little bit of draft heading on down the backstretch, picking up that momentum here once again. Right behind them, though, as they figure things on out, you got the 8 of Dylan Bryant and the 98 of Connor Leach continuing to go side by side here as well. Justin Lawson sitting right there behind them, watching this battle tick away. But otherwise, pretty clean first lap here. Got some big movers and shakers already, but for the most part, everybody all tucking into a quick single. Oh, of course. As I say that, everybody having some issues out there in turns 1 and 2. The 6 looks like the 32 of Nick Beatty, the 57 of Endicott getting involved in there, and looks like the Michael Eden machine, the 27, getting caught up in it as well.
Oh, the 6 bouncing off of another car is the first thing I saw. And I think some of those guys got caught up in it just because they were given the EOL. And, oh, man. Tough luck.
It looks like it possibly started up here with the 69. Larry Dickerson getting a little slideways out there. Let's go ahead and see if we can't see what happened, if he had some help. He had a little bit of help from the 10 getting into the back of him there in the middle of the corner, and that just caused a giant checkup. And yeah, that's the 6 did all he could to try to keep it off of him, and that ended up spelling calamity for quite a few of these drivers.
Some upset drivers on the radio. They're being reminded right now by an admin, hey, we're not going to put up with the hollering and cussing on the radio. So,
well, I know who it was.
Yeah, there's a couple of them pretty upset.
It was Larry Dickerson.
Yeah.
He's just getting a warning, though. He didn't yell at anybody. He was yelling at himself.
True.
So. You know how people are. I mean, you get heated here. He didn't want to fight anybody. He was just mad at himself. Larry Dickerson. Stop that cursing now.
His race is done already. You got a fast repair there, buddy. Get down there.
Yeah.
Use it. Get back out there. Recover.
It's super early. I mean, 125 lap race. We still got a long way to go. And I mean, even if you go a lap or two down here, how many times have we seen people go laps down? It just kept, plugging away at it, getting those laps back, and coming right back to it.
That's right, Lauren. It's shot time. There you go. First one already happened.
Let's do it.
Oh, that's
right. If you have a wreck near the beginning of the race, you've got all this time to recover. If it's going to happen to you, better now than with 2 to go or something.
And of course, this caution brought to you by #StubNation. Thank you, Timothy Subfield and Stub Nation, for helping sponsor something here in the NTRL.
A replay camera sponsor. That's awesome.
What do they do? What do they run? Some kind of business?
I don't know. It's just #StubNation.
Fan club, man.
Or do they just hate on the Oilers all the time? Is that their business? Is that what they do?
Yeah.
Thieves.
#Oiler hate. I can't wait to see that
hashtag. Steal the Oilers from Houston.
I know. Well,
claim them as your own.
If the Oilers ever get back together, they can have the quarterback of Mac Jones. They can definitely have him.
Oh, he's not doing too well up there. Bill Belichick doesn't look like the genius we thought he was, does he?
Well, his defense did pretty well over there in Germany. It's the offense that couldn't get anything going. Oh man,
German.
Poor German fans. They really got a barn burner over there. I'll tell you that. 16 total points in the game.
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
What?
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Oh my God, y'all don't understand it. It's from Animal House.
Oh.
No, sorry.
God, you guys are off tonight. That's fine. I know it was the Japanese. Oh man, that's what happens when you have a caution this early. We start going wacky.
Sure that wasn't 1942
Huh?
with Belushi? You remember that
No,
movie?
it was Animal House when he was giving him the pep talk
Ah.
at the end of the movie.
I do remember.
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? No.
I do remember. What was it? Beer Fest. You know, we outdrank the Germans.
That's hard to do too. Boys can drink over there.
I'd be willing to give it the old try. The old
Sign me up. I'll do my liters or pints or whatever. I don't know. What do they want? Liters over there? How many liters do we get?
I don't know. Yeah, I do have a boot sitting behind me though. I can lend you for practice.
Nice.
That
Is it
one
like a
from
dirty
Gillies
boot?
that my wife bought.
Oh, the little plastic one.
Yeah, the plastic one.
I think Brown's trying to give me like a real boot to drink out of.
Oh no, it's a glass one. I'll after the race I'll show it to you.
Okay, cool.
It's a pain in the butt to clean though. Trying to, gotta get a brush down and around the corner. You gotta do the twist.
It's worth it though to have a cool boot. Glass, I mean. Hey, did y'all like my reference to John Luke Wilkie? He's now the assassin.
Yeah, the assassin.
Little out there, but
Why is it out there?
One called
John Wilkes
Silent
Booth.
Assassin.
Well, he's the assassin, John Wilkes Booth, John Luke Wilkie. It's all the same.
I mean,
real Western.
Only separated by about 100 years. But either way, we're heading on back to the green flag here with the 13 of Paul Durkee, the old man, getting things rounded off here once again as the green flag flies. And here we go back to some high speed running here at Charlotte. Everybody already again trying to dive on down to that inside line. Looks like that's going to be the favorite line here. A few more side-by-sides happening, though. You got the 31 of Scott Milner going side-by-side around the outside there of the, looked like the 33 of Sean Roberts, 19 of Brandon Coleman there as well. You got Chris Goins locked into a side-by-side here as well with the 5 of...
Milner's around. On the front stretch there.
Ooh, everybody trying to avoid. Oh, the 2 gets a piece of them there. Oh, goodness. Whole bunch of people.
Brake. He wasn't moving.
Yeah, so great job there done by the 31 to try to stay out of everybody's way as the caution comes on out here once again. And looks like, oh, man, he just got really knotted up there with another car. Let's go ahead and head on up to our chopper camera and really see what happened here. Coming out and just drifting up the track. The 19 was kind of coming up with a little bit of momentum there on that outside lane, and I don't know if the 31 saw him. It's a little bit of a blind area on the track where it's hard to tell when someone's really picking up a run on you, and the 31 just kind of going for a little bit of a spin there. And then there was some after effects going on. As everyone was kind of checking on up. Looks like the 22 getting involved with the 46 of Justin Morrow there. 32 getting into the back of the 18 a little bit as well. It was just a little bit of a shuffle going on as everyone's figuring out where everybody's trying to get to there. 31.
You heard that?
What in the hell is happening on the radio, English? I'm trying to capture all this. This Dickerson guy, he's having the one hell of a night.
He claims he was
Larry.
rigged on purpose.
Well, yeah, Brown, can you cue the tape up? The 69 thinks he got crashed on purpose, and I don't know anything about it because I didn't see it.
One hell of a rant on the radio, and I think they just DQ'd him.
I do not know. What I do know is there's a special fan on out there tonight. You got I guess Haley Haley Cotton watching out there tonight, watching the 7 of the Tristan Cott, having a fantastic night. Currently just outside of that top 10 for the Trister, and he's got Timothy Stolifield just right there in front of him.
Lauren quickly realizing that the caution shots thing, yeah, she's gonna be floating here by the end of the night.
Yeah, she may need a call out of work tomorrow.
Either that or call the Drizzly thing, the app to bring you some more.
I don't know. I'm just so excited about all this hatred. I'm trying to figure out what's happening.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Somebody's going down tonight. It sounds like. Might be a fist fight across state lines. I wish I could see what happened myself, but it's not pulling it up for me. Dang it. This is what I'm talking. This is what I live for, Brown. These fights.
I know it's what you live, and it's been kind of quiet here the last couple of weeks. I know last week we had some issues, couldn't get on the air and whatnot. So you've been missing your fights for a little while there, buddy.
I know. I'm ready. It sounds like the 69 was involved in a good one. I don't know if he's here still or what's happened.
Lauren wants to know if we can write her a work excuse.
Yes.
Well, let's type one up real quick there, Turner.
Doctor. Yeah, I'll write you like a doctor's note. I always sign my paperwork, Dr. OCO, like DROCO. And people are like, you're not a doctor. I'm like, I'm a doctor of colons.
Well, you are working on that doctorate of yours. I know, well, not in the medical terms, but I mean, still a doctor's a doctor, right?
Yeah, I mean, not really, but I'm like a Jill Biden type doctor,
Oh, right.
Which is not much of it. She's like teaches at a community college, maybe. So, no big deal.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, I'm kind of in the middle of stuff, I do have a little brain.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, you don't need to go to a fancy doctor to be like, yeah, they're sick. Just give them a note.
Yeah, they don't need medicine. All I can prescribe is cold beer, or maybe an apple, some Tylenol.
Hey, there you go. That's all you need.
Write a note. Yeah, I think that'll work. Man, there was a lot of anger, Brown. I know you don't get to listen to the radio because you get a lot of other stuff, but they got heated.
But it also goes with the territory. I mean, we had 35 drivers start this race. I mean, that's pretty much full of field as you can possibly get here. I mean, I think the max pit stalls is like 42 or something like that. So we're kind of, there's a whole lot of traffic and not a whole lot of room. It's kind of like that freeway down there in Houston.
Well, man, I just like it, honestly. It almost felt like, it was rush hour there and somebody's going to whip out a pistol. But we're all back together, about to start back. See if we can keep it clean for a little bit here.
Indeed, as the lights on the pace car are off, it peels off down and out of the way, looking for safety as these drivers get right back on up to speed here once again. Back to the green flag we go. Here with the 13 and 2, getting things started off side by side once again, sending it on down into turns 1 and 2. 12 laps have already ticked away here, most of which under caution. But we're still looking forward to some great racing action here with a little bit of an over-under move here from the 2, trying to look down low down the backstretch here and steal that lead position away from the 13 of Paul Durkee. Jim Ott taking control of the lead of this race up here, up at the front. The 099 Albert Anderson locked in a pretty heated battle here with the 20 and the 000 of Joe Bennett heading on down the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2. Now looks like he just got that nose up underneath that 20. 20 might possibly lose a couple of positions here. No, the 00 or 000, I should say, of Joe Bennett not quite able to make the run stick down there and get that pass to happen here. It's the double nickel of Tom Barish getting into it with Chris Goins here a little bit side by side as they enter into that quad oval here. Once again, watching out for that outside wall. We've already seen it kind of poke its head out just a little bit on some of these drivers. The 3 of Skylar Herod there as well as the 7 machine Tristan Cotton runs the fastest lap of the race thus far, 30.4. Expecting that time to continue to come on down as these guys get a little bit more heat in those tires, and everything starts to really settle on in here. 57 Russ Endicott looked down on low and able to get some passes done here. 19 Brennan Coleman there as well as looks like the 7 machine get a little loosey-goosey out there.
Well, he got loose and right in the quad right at the beginning, and man, he held it well. He just hit the wall, bounced down to the grass. Nobody hit him. He kept it real clean through the grass, and he's back on the track. Lost some spots, but that's actually very impressive by Tristan Cotton in that 7.
I got that work excuse done for you there.
It's all
Lauren.
typed up. Is it on company letterhead?
No, I need the AAA broadcasting letterhead.
Yeah.
You should have some flying art letterhead though, right?
Send me that. I don't even think I have any of that.
All right, let's see what's up. What else is happening out here on the track? America's drivers moving up a little bit. Dylan Walterman is up 15, which is cool. Jarrett Woodard, our Canadian friend, he's up 12.
Ooh. Those are some good spots made on up there.
Derek Welch is up 8.
And
So
DW.
is Benjamin McKinnon.
Yeah, so some big movers and shakers here is the one machine of the one-legged wonder, Mr. DW, the adjunct leader in charge out here. Tries to move around the 4 Anthony Williams around the outside, and he does indeed get that pass all figured on out. Meanwhile, Paul
Hobbling his way through the field.
Yeah.
Do you think he can get up a flight of stairs better than our current leader, or is it about the same? Let's say he's getting into, like Air Force One. Who gets up there faster?
You know what? He's probably DW is smart enough to realize that stairs may not be his best friend, so he'll get one of those, like the chairlift things. I forget what
electric thing. You mash the button and it...
forget what
That
company
doesn't
makes
look
them.
That doesn't look like a strong leader if you're doing something like that. He's got to race our current guy. I want to see that happen. Up a flight of stairs. I think he could win.
DW would just have him connect the jetway. It's like, I'm going to walk down the ramp to get on the
Quit giving him cheating abilities.
Hey, it
He's
ain't
got to
all.
walk up.
It's not always about the brawn there, Mr. Turner. You got to have a little bit of brains with it.
We're talking about walking up a flight of stairs. I'm not talking about, getting a Nobel Prize or anything. I just want to see those two go to battle on the stairs.
Give them each one of the giant Q-tip things like American Gladiators.
Hey, that was a pretty big bag of white stuff they found. Did you see the picture of that thing today?
No.
Finally came out. Yeah, it was a pretty large bag. Maybe that'll help him get up the stairs a little better if he.
Some energy.
Yeah, give him some power and energy.
Yeah.
It's a very large. I mean, it's pretty big. It was bigger than a party bag. But anyway, we get back to racing. Sorry. Sorry, Brown. I hijacked that whole 3-lap segment. My bad.
It's fine. Still have some good battles going on. Got that for Anthony Williams. Just trying to hold on to a spot here. Really under fire from the 38 of Frank Peacock and the 23 of the Mac Daddy Mark Collins sitting there right behind him. You also got Albert Anderson continuing to move up through the field, trying to squeeze down low underneath his one of his good buddies there, former teammate Dylan Bryant there, as he continues his move on up. He's now America's driver facing off against Team Canada out here. Connor Leach and Albert Anderson going nose to tail, battling for third.
Yahtzee.
You guys continue to work here. Coming up on about, 1/5 of the way through this race once they hit lap number 25. So, do we ever kind of figure what a decent fuel window would be here? I know it's not going to be, what we've seen with higher fuel percentages like 80%. This is a 65% raise.
Yeah, I would hope that they can try to at least make it to, lap 40 and try to get as close to that split it into thirds mark that they can, knowing that they've only got the 3 sets of tires. I know these 2 cautions early that they had is definitely going to help them out fuel wise, tire wise. We're gonna have to wait and see, but I mean, that's kind of what separates the men from the boys here, is almost some right side romance there between the Triple O and the 99 of Dylan Walterman, having a great battle back here just inside of this top 10. Dylan Walterman also now under attack from the 33 of Sean Roberts sitting right there behind him. You also got Anthony Williams continuing his battle with some traffic out there. He's got the 9 machine. I should say it's also the fake 22 of Justin Hurst alongside of him there. No, excuse me. That's the 4.
The 81 of
it's the
Malcolm.
79 of Jarrett Woodard. Only
Okay.
shows a 9. There's no 7 in front of that 9 in his car. That's where I was getting confused, but that's all right. The 3 of Skylar Harrod, the Skunk Works machine, trying to sneak on by the 55 Tom Barris, does indeed get that pass all handled. He's going to try now to catch on up to that 1 of DW and slowly move his way back on up through the field, but otherwise everything looking pretty good. Still some action around here by the 22 and that 79. You got the 57 of Russ Endicott there as well. Everybody trying to fight for some positions, but really you got pretty much the top 11 with Sean Roberts kind of hanging around up there, and then a little bit of a gap to the 92 of Timothy Stubblefield. He's kind of in no man's land right now, trying to bridge that gap between himself, Sean Roberts, and Hayden Malcolm. But as of right now, just kind of 2 separate packs making their way, as it looked like the 41 and the Triple O both electing to try to get as close to that inside as they could, maybe clipping a little bit of grass there on the inside as they went through the quad oval. But still some good side-by-side. Ooh, boy, oh boy, the 99 Dylan Walterman. Oh, thank goodness for that. He was experiencing a little bit of some netcode right side romance there as he was sneaking around on the inside, but able to keep that car under control there. So 33 almost slaps up against that outside wall as they go side-by-side into the quad oval there.
So far up front, still the Jim Ott show as he puts another couple of tenths on Paul Durkee, now about 7/10 of a second ahead of Paul. Jim Ott's pulling away. What a performance by him here tonight at Charlotte.
That indeed is both the 99 and the Triple O slapping against the outside wall, heading on down that back straightaway. Little puffs of smoke there. No heavy damage done thus far, but again, the cumulative damage, whatever that word is, as the damage starts to build up, you can't be continuing to do that without expecting some negative side effects there.
And Mike Eden, our first driver to manually disconnect here tonight. So he gone. The number 27 putting it back on the hauler.
Yeah, it just may not be having
the
this
out
night.
there still pulling for Tim. Thank you, Lauren and Jessica, for hanging with us here.
I mean, he's right there. He's just outside of that top 10 in 12th right now. Again, he's kind of, like I said, just a little bit in no man's land, but he's starting to creep his way back on up to that Triple O with Joe Bennett, getting that gap back down within 1 second. But he's got a good, healthy gap behind him, almost 2 seconds behind him here. But he's definitely making his way as the 099 of America's driver tries to find his way on past the 13 of Paul Durkee here, who's been losing a couple of positions. I think maybe some worn tires starting to take in effect here as Albert Anderson slides right up in front of that front bumper. The 8 of Dylan Bryant is going to try to do the same thing here, and in fact he does. It's a little 2-for-1 special there for the 8 machine as the 98 of Connor Leach continues his charge on up through the field. Now he's trying to hunt down that 2 Jim Ott, who's just been absolutely on cruise control once when he took over that lead.
And Larry Dickerson, who was disqualified earlier in the race, has also disconnected now. Both of those guys is probably looking forward to next week. Try to forget this week's race in here at Charlotte.
As we continue the green flag race in here, let's take a quick look ahead at the schedule ahead. And believe it or not, so next week is Nashville Super Speedway, and then we begin some playoffs here, English.
Yeah, playoffs will include tracks like Indianapolis, Texas, Watkins Glen, which is going to be an awesome road course race, Chicagoland, New Atlanta, and Michigan. Of course, Michigan, we all love that one and can't wait to see the championship race when it goes there on the 15th of January. That'll be the end of the season here.
What's next week? I heard all these
Nashville
exciting
Super
tracks.
Speedway.
Oh, I don't like Nashville. That's not my style.
It's the last regular season race too, so you're probably going to see some action.
I saw action tonight. Somebody's coming down in the pits.
Hayden Malcolm calling it early here on lap 35 of the 125 scheduled, coming on down into the pits. A very long pit road here tonight. A whole bunch of pit boxes get to drive on by, so maybe going for that early pit strategy here. I got a feeling he might try to lengthen that run here, kind of in the middle of this race to get those laps on in, because again, it's essentially a 42 lap split that you're going to have to make it an even amount on these tires.
Oh, Jessica says that Lauren and her have kind of tested the waters a little bit and been doing some practice laps at Nashville Super Speedway. How about that? Get the ladies out there on the track. Got to see that.
Yeah, that's always fun. We had a fun event.
They missed the Powder Puff race though, I believe, didn't
they? They did. I think I forget. I know someone was at a wedding and someone was out of town. I don't know which people it was, but I believe, unfortunately, Jessica out of town there. But next time we host one, we'll be sure to get there.
They want us to do it again, is I think what they're saying.
I think you're right.
That's cool. We'll do that again at some point.
It's the 18 and the 19 having a great battle out there. The 05 PJ Cox as well going side by side here with the 41. Chris Goins sliding his way on up inside of this top 10. You also got the 99 Dylan Walterman up 17 spots right now, up into 9th behind the side by side going on in front of him.
Skunkworks Graphics Racing out there in the YouTube chat as well, saying let's go Skylar Herod in the Skunkworks Graphics Supra. Joining us out there. Love it when small businesses get out there and sponsor cars, sponsor races, and see their logo. We'll get to talk about them a little bit.
Well, speaking of our sponsor, like our travel coordinator sponsor, Greg Klein, GC Cruise Travels on Facebook, did he survive that? Is he back or is he still cruising?
He did. I believe he is back home safe and sound now.
Guy spent like 5 months at sea, like he was back in the Navy.
Yeah, he misses the sea.
He can do that for you, GC Cruise Travel, but I want to go to Antarctica and see that energy weapon they have there, the one they got Hawaii with and all that. I want to go check that out. Mm-hmm. That's kind
just
of
called the Big Lab, I think.
It's on my bucket list. Let's just put it that way.
Well,
you can investigate.
I can't say that you'd get to see that, but you could at least see some penguins.
Penguins that's how they distract you. You're like, I'm coming here for the directed energy weapon. And then they're like, oh, look at these cute penguins. And you're like, oh,
Manny, look at the penguin.
Look at the penguin, man. Then you're like, I don't even know why am I here? It's cold. Time to go home.
Look at the iceberg.
Oh, man. Look at the penguins. A lot of pits going on right now.
And right about that time, Connor Leach, Justin Lawson, Paul Durkee, and Skylar Herod making their way on down and in. Looks like the 12 machine coming on out of the pits. That's Mr. Joe Thompson after making his successful pit stop out there. So here about lap 42, everybody's splitting on in.
Penguin. Skunkworks Graphics Racing reminding us what all they can do too. Decals, stickers, customer logo designs, much more than just iRacing wraps. They do a lot of really cool stuff. So go check them out. Skunkworks Graphics Racing.
Yeah, we're gonna need a cold one for that spot right there. At least 2
Yeah.
beers, please. Make that 12.
Yeah, yeah.
No, 24. No Sonora
That mean
beer.
you know charge. You
Yeah.
know charge for that, eh?
All right, the blending, Brown. What do you think? We're gonna see an issue here with all the
There's
blending?
definitely a possibility. I mean, you're running about that 2 seconds a lap slower on the old set versus the new set here, so definitely have to watch out for that as the race leader Jim Ott comes on down. That's giving the lead away to the 8 of Dylan Bryant for the time being. 33 Sean Roberts, DW in the 1, and the 38 of Frank Peacock all staying on out there for the foreseeable future. But you gotta recommend also that, or just mention that a whole bunch of people still staying on out, and a whole bunch of people did pit during those first couple cautions, whether it's for damage, maybe they topped up on fuel, so they can run just a little bit longer here as the 8 machine comes on down into the pits.
Derek Welchton announced he's coming down as well here. Yeah, they're not able to hold out too long here.
No, I mean, with the fuel percentage, I think it kind of aligns correctly with the 3 sets of tires total. Somebody's having an issue. Who is that? That's the Goins. Chris Goins was having a problem like putting power down. Looked like does he have fresh tires? That could have been the issue, or old ones. Let's see.
Cold ones, yeah.
Cold ones or old ones?
Yep.
Yeah, he just got them, so that's what he was. I think he's back to normal now.
And 33 Sean Roberts makes his way on down into the pits now.
Haley out there cheering is what Brittany says. Pulling for Tristan out there saying, Bubba, go as fast as you can. Seven got all the love in the world out there pulling for him here tonight.
Definitely, and we even saw a little bit of some blending issue there as the 99 Dylan Walterman trying to make some tracks here and get back on up around some of this traffic. He had a checkup and actually got a little squirrely loose there for a time being, but able to get that car back underneath him.
Skunkworks Graphics Racing, you better be careful there tempting us with Mexican food now, because there's almost nothing I wouldn't do for some good Mexican food.
Carne asada, well, yeah.
I mean, if you need somebody to disappear, I mean, for the right number of tacos, I'd make that happen.
He'll read it straight off the teleprompter, just like Ron Burgundy for that. I mean,
Exactly what I'll do.
whatever you put on there, he'll read it. Brown has to keep him in line. Hey, he's like, hey, we need more tacos than that. That's not enough tacos and beer. All right, Paul Fortiani's coming down. Some of these guys are stretching it. I don't know if that's going to help them along at the end of this thing or not.
It's going to be tough to say, especially, as these green flag stops continue to push forward and we see a second round, the field just getting more separated unless we see a caution, come on out and get everybody all stacked back on up. But big group in the pits currently right now. Mark Collins, Justin Hurst, Chris Klein, and Paul Ferdiani all in those pits as we speak, as that too, Jim Ott trying to make tracks here. He's currently out in front of everybody who has recently pitted. Anthony Williams coming on down now. He last pitted around lap 8. Same thing with Scott Milner, and Milner is making his way on down into pit road as we speak as well. So the 2 Machino Jim Ott regaining control of the lead, about a second and a half over where Dylan Bryant and Albert Anderson have been fighting for some podium positions here this evening. You also got the 98 of Connor Leach and the 41 Chris Goins. How about that for the Goins machine? Up 10 spots on the day, up there into 5th, and he's trying to make it up 11 here as he looks to the outside of the 98.
Passing the Canadian machine right there.
Yeah, that's a big difference in speed among a lot of these cars out there still. Field is pretty good and spread out, but large portions of the field are, I should say.
Yeah, hit the like and subscribe button over here. We're facing a hard time right now because of some control issues from Zuckerberg. So go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. Maybe we can break through and hit the big time.
If we get enough thumbs up on this video, Turner will be able to afford some WD-40 for his chair.
You can hear that?
Yeah.
I've been a little busy, but yeah, I'm gonna have to get some WD-40.
3-in-1. 3-in-1, yeah.
Yeah, I have some out in the garage. Yeah, sorry about that. Everything's annoying when you kind of like what I think is annoying. Like I saw this. There's a new book called Control Oligarchs. Have you ever heard of this? I like it because
sounds like a card game.
Yeah, control instead of oligarchs.
Like the whole family over for Control Oligarchs.
Yeah. So that looks like a good one to maybe reach out and read, learn something. Talking about Bill Gates and Schwab and Zuckerberg and Bezos and all those clowns we don't need. We can get rid of them, no problem. Back to racing. Sorry about the chair.
Guys trying to get some strategy out of each other out there on the radio, and Klein's not talking. Klein's not answering questions about how many tires he took. And we know that some of those guys like him, Alan, are great at just running with what they got and saving those tires.
That indeed. Of course, one of our drivers that we know good is Mr. Timothy Pope over there at the VRL on Wednesday nights. You try to ask him a question, and he just, yep. That's your answer.
He's not gonna clue you in on what he's doing.
No, little gamesmanship out there.
Sure. Yeah. Makes it fun.
Ooh, looks like the 20 of Justin Lawson making his way back down into the pits. Same thing with the 13 of Paul Durkee here. Don't know what's happening to that team. I think, are they the goats over here?
Yeah, I think so. Neither one of them had a penalty or anything, so...
Is it a fuel grab? Are they trying to grab some extra fuel and push it, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, we did see with a couple of cautions, though, these drivers did at least make it, about the 42, 43 laps. So I don't know if those two cautions really played a part in this thing here, as the 32 and Nick Biddy trying to unlap himself the hard way, and he gets the job done, sliding up in front of that 2 of Jim Ott. Meanwhile, the 8 of Dylan Bryant trying to hunt down that 2 machine as well and take over that lead spot.
You know who else has done that before was Bill Elliott. Unlapped himself the hard way at Talladega, and just so happens from the same hometown as Nick Biddy, Dawsonville, Georgia.
Dawsonville, huh? That's where they ring the siren or bell or something.
Yeah, they get a siren at the pool hall. Yeah.
They go out and chug like a bush or something, and then I guess it'd have been a Coors.
Smash
Bill Elliott. Smash a Coors and break the bottle over their brother/cousin's head.
Oh, God.
No, I didn't mean that. That's more for where I'm at. No, I didn't. I was joking. I apologize to all people in Georgia. Should be ashamed. Everybody knows that's in Arkansas.
You're the only guy I know that has an Uncle Dad. So.
Yeah. Well, we won't get into that.
Haley wants to see Tristan's car.
I did her one better there. I threw up the driver camera here. Is the Paul Durkee all over the back bumper there, the 32 of Nick Biddy, as we switch up to him as we look out his rear bumper. Look, checking out some of the action up there, up at the front. Oh, I need a switch. Hold on, where is he?
Ooh.
Oh, I missed it. Darn it. I missed the 98 of Connor Leach hanging around up there just inside of that top 10 here in ninth. He was sipping on a cold one.
Oh,
there
perfect.
you go.
Ah, dang it, we missed it.
Just missed it.
Hey, I really want Derek
a
Welch to be Molson, maybe, or Labatt's.
Maybe.
I want Derek to get in the top 3 so we can talk to him, and I can treat him like he's, he's the press secretary at the White House, and I'm Peter Ducey, and I'm going to just drill him about what happened earlier, with all the fighting and stuff. So let's hope for that later.
And he's gonna do the
Put him on the spot, and then
Jean Pierre thing and just not answer you.
Yeah, he's gonna walk off the set, like just roll his eyes and leave.
We got some more early pit stops happening here. Chris Klein and Timothy Stubblefield making their way on down and into pit road here. So I don't know what the strategy here is, boys, but there is some strategery going on.
Huge difference in number of laps run from the last pit cycle to this one. I mean, they're cutting it way shorter than they did before. I don't really understand it. Brandon Coleman has also manually disconnected from the race, driver of the 19. Yeah, Skunk Works. That may be something we do in the future. Run manufacturer logo on the tickers. I know we have them on our live timing.
Yeah. My whole thing with that is it really doesn't matter.
Well,
It's just personal preference of this design of the race car. It's really. I mean, it's a fixed setup league, so everyone's running the same setup. It doesn't.
But it's a simulation. It's a simulation.
Well, we want it, and people like the racers that love the different manufacturers and stuff. That comes from the old school thought. When they used to pull these things off the showroom floor and just put a roll cage in them, put some plastic in the glass, and call it a day. We don't do that anymore, unfortunately. Tristan Cotton's coming down. Interesting. A couple guys coming down.
Again, so I don't know what's going on out here, fellas. I think we're gonna need a caution here so we can ask one of these drivers. Hey, what's up with these early cautions or with these early pit stops? Because normally we at least have like a I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know.
It's puzzling for sure.
It's puzzling.
It almost looks like Tristan took 2 tires. You think that's what they're doing? Taking 2 and 2 and saving the final set? Man, I don't know. This is a conundrum.
Yes.
English, I'll tell you what that means later.
It's an enigma.
Yeah. Well, all right. So
It's spelled conundrum.
So the best I can do for the ticker wise is it won't show the gap, but it'll show the manufacturers underneath.
It's either or.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, so that's...
That's where limitations lie.
Can you switch it back and forth?
Yeah.
That means... just one more thing for you to do, though.
Yeah, add it to your list of your 1,000.
Put it on your
checklist.
Your checklist, before we start the space shuttle up into space.
And prepare to launch.
Either that or on the what's the thing called at the bottom, when you bring up the driver and it's got their little...
Oh, so that one I can show. That one.
It'll pop up on that, yeah. Yeah, timing is better.
Timing's better.
It definitely is at some points, especially in some of these close races but like right now, our time up front, it's pretty good up front.
Yeah.
We love getting
4.
good feedback, though. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
We're trying to make this perfect.
Yeah, trying to make it better for the viewers.
To Jim Ott continues his lead out in front. It was looking pretty close there as the 8 looked like he chewed up a whole bunch of time, but Jim Ott now back out there almost 2 seconds, about a second and 3/4 of a gap out there for the first place spot right now. Just doing his thing, cruising around.
Oh, wreck.
Ooh.
Involving the 3.
Oh, that's a big one. Pretty big one.
Hayden Malcolm was trying to come down, I think, to serve a black flag penalty. And I don't know if the guys knew he was slowing down or if that was the cause or not. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I do not know as well. That's going to bring out the yellow flag and going to be a whole mix of things. Oh, you know what? There's a car coming up from the apron by the looks of it.
Yeah, that was Malcolm, and then the assassin just blew through there. John Luke Wilkie. Watch him. I don't think he anticipated what was happening on that part. The 81 was trying to... So the assassin was trying to get around a wreck in front of him, and then him and the 81 collided.
Well, so it was the 3 was moving down low to get around the 6 machine, came back up because the 81 was rejoining the track, kind of self-spins across the 6's front bumper, and then the 72 tries to avoid it, but I think he gets a little loose and goes down further than he thought, gets into the 81 as the 31 with nowhere to go, gets into the rear quarter there of the 3, just kind of finishing off that wreck, and there you go. That's pretty much
yeah, that's
pretty
good
much the rundown.
explanation.
Well, and Hayden Malcolm still has that black flag, so he got that black flag under green, which means he has to serve it under green. So he's going to be making laps around here under caution with that black flag hanging over his head, knowing that he's going to have to serve it after they go back green. He's going to go a couple laps down. Man, that sucks for him. Justin Morrow, our latest driver to disconnect from the race. Driver of the 46.
And talk about throwing a whole wrench into the strategery here. That's going to put the 4th Anthony Williams up here, up at the front. He did not take a pit stop there as everybody came on down. Jim Ott looks like he at least got 2 alongside his splash for fuel. You got Dylan Bryant doing the same thing. Looked like Nick Biddy in the 32 not electing to come on down. So again, everything getting all shuffled around here once again. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens to the field out here.
Hayden Malcolm coming down the pit lane. He might be able to serve this under caution after all. We're going to see here in a minute if it's going to clear this flag for him, but
I don't think, I don't think it will. I think what this is actually just going to do, it's actually going to help him put him far enough back in the field that the pit road will be open by the time where he is physically located out on the track. That he's going to be able to dive immediately down and in and basically chase the pace car on down pit road.
Interesting stuff all over, even on a caution here. Rutabaga.
Hey, definitely mixing some things on up. That is for sure here. I'm just looking through some names here real quick.
these guys are going to go green with what? Let's see, 25, about 50 laps.
Right about that 50 lap mark. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's gonna be pretty dang close. Still about a pit stop away.
Yeah.
I think. I think it's just a little bit too far. If that incident happened about 10 laps later, I think they might have been able to make it. But I think this is just a little bit too much to ask for these drivers.
And Alan, I got a question for you. I mean, taking two tires at a track like this, do you really see much benefit to that? I mean, the car's so unbalanced after taking two tires. I mean, is it really worth banking a couple of extra tires for later. I mean, the car's still going to handle terribly.
Uh,
I'm just not a fan of two. I've never been one of those guys that said, well, I might take 2 here. Now, I always took 4 and just took care of them as long as I possibly could. Changed my driving line to try to put wear on a different corner. But
well,
I've never been good at that.
I think the whole premise of taking 2 is maybe to help you out on the short term, definitely not on the long term. So it is definitely one of those things to see. Maybe these drivers are expecting to have something happen on their next pit stop that would get them all the way home, that they'll be taking 4 there. I think it may be just or this current time that they want the just that little bit of speed to keep them up to where they are, but everything should even off here pretty daggone quick as the pace car comes on down into pit road. And here we go back to the green flag with the 4 and the 2, getting things started off side by side. And of course those 2 tires could possibly depending on the driver, some people are used to driving on those just 2 tires in the first place. As, oh man, almost going 3 wide back here with the 99 of Dylan Walterman. Everything happening around him there. You got the 32, got the 099, you got a whole bunch of people all into a big old fight.
Yeah, some guys bottling up behind the 81. The 81's trying to stay high. Of course, he still has to come down and serve that penalty. So he's trying to let these guys around so he can get down on the inside and be able to access pit road. He's making laps out there. If he's not careful, he's going to get DQ'd.
And he's making his way. He's trying to stick to that bottom line as best as he can. It does look like he indeed has an opening here. Yep, there he goes. He is able to make his way back on down to the pit road. Got to make sure he gets slowed up in time for it, though. And I believe he did. It was looking close there for a moment, but able to get all that speed woed on up, as it looks like the 6 machine rejoining the racetrack here as the 2 of Jim Ott takes control of the lead, back away from the 4 of Anthony Williams, who's trying to hold off against the 8 of Dylan Bryant and the 41 of Chris Gomes. So one of DW up 22 spots, finding himself here in 5th right now, having a great run.
3 in the 23.
3 down into the infield grass, bringing out the caution here. Oh man, I mean 23 really couldn't go any higher. There's a wall on that outside. And so, yeah, the 3 just kept drifting up, and unfortunately the 3 really, I mean, literally nowhere to go. He was already up against the outside wall, and the 3 machine gets all spun about. Same thing with the 23, goes for a little bit of a tumble spin in the dryer, but for the most part, just those 2 drivers getting involved.
How many shots they're in so far here? But
I believe they're 4. Oh well, my Stub Nation tag is sitting in the way. 4.
Oh, okay, 4 so far. All right, well. I guess if you're a lightweight or a cheap date, as they used to say, that's feeling pretty good at this point.
I there's nothing wrong with it. Spend less money.
Oh no, that's right.
That's what I always loved. Ah, man, I mean, I remember back in high school, when you were in high school, English, it wasn't around, but in high school for me, it was the Mike's Lemonades and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was after like a basketball game or something, so I was already like dehydrated and all that kind of stuff. I was having one and
empty stomach.
Oh yeah. And so I had one, and I'm like, yeah, this feels weird, and then had another, and hey, it just things weren't sitting right.
Are we talking about Colwitz?
Hey, kind of.
Sure.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. I just got back. I got, a lot of stuff happens at the compound. Yeah, I got things going down, I'm just happy to be here with y'all, though.
The feds aren't knocking on the bunker door or anything yet.
No. That's coming later when I don't pay this bill that I called them. I said, "Hey, let's make a deal, guys. I don't want y'all coming after me. I'm just
Right.
a little guy, They said, "Yeah, we'll make a deal with you, but you still owe us, this kind of money, and this kind of money is like a lot of money to me,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to figure out my next chess move after I don't pay them."
Right.
in
We're not
December.
talking about a $1.243 here.
No. We're not talking about a gallon of fuel or nothing. Whoa, that's not even fuel. That's like eight. What's a gallon of fuel now? $50? Is that what it's up to? About like
If
that, I think.
if you're
I don't
fueling
know.
up at the docks down there in the Bahamas, maybe.
Yeah, I'd take out a loan to fill up my Ranger the other day. That was.
I'm telling you, they're trying to ruin us. The elitists, the
Right.
control oligarchs. I saw that name this week, and it's an actual book this guy wrote, but I thought that was a great.
This does sound like
idea.
a Dr. Seuss book.
No,
So,
you're
I don't know why.
you definitely don't want to read it. Well, you might want to read it to the kids. Let them know that they're
Yeah.
basically thought of as cattle and controlled by a handful of people in the world.
1984.
Yeah, that's probably the one you need to start with, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start
Read
with
that one.
children.
Speak of, you, it sounds like we triggered something inside of Lauren, because she loves those spiked lemonade stuff.
Oh,
Which, hey, you know what? You can fight me on this one. That the black cherry one, that is the number one.
What is the spiked lemonade?
The Mike's Hard lemonades.
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Is that what you do out on the golf course? You put one of those in your bag and
No,
use your superpowers?
when I'm out on the course, I'm very tame. I drink just Powerade.
Yeah, you're not pulling a John Daly then, huh?
No.
Yeah, I usually roll up to the course. I got a little.
Oh,
liquor in the bag and-
you're the one with about 10 clubs in the bag, but the bag seems like it weighs 100 pounds.
That's because
Yes.
there's a six-stole keg in there with a.
There's a lot of
a
cold ones in there,
bottle and-
and maybe maybe a couple shots for the boys.
Yeah. Josh says that he believes that cautions have altered the pit strategy pretty strongly here. Sprint, take tires, and then sprint again to the finish. So we're going to see here is a. Oh, they're going to go around one more time. It looks like.
Are they? The lights on the pace car are off.
Yeah, I thought they were coming out of four there. They were going into one. My bad. I had the camera zoomed in too far.
Gotcha. Not a problem. Well, it's interesting because I think if some people here at the tail end of the field, I'm surprised we didn't see anybody take this strategy. We're going to be going back live at lap 82, which leaves about 43 laps left, which is about a full stint. So if someone timed it all right, I think they could have taken the full tires and then here with the one to go, come on down one final time, and fill up on fuel, and I think they'd be able to make it. It would be a little bit of a stretch, but that's definitely a possible strategy.
That's the beauty of it. We don't really know. We're just kind of doing some hypothesizing.
Yeah.
Here we go, Brown. Let's see what this last section holds for us.
As we head on back with the action here, the pace car moving on off out of the way and out like a gun. Goodness gracious, the two of Jim Ott just absolutely fired into gear there to take control of the lead. For Anthony Williams doesn't know what to do with himself here as he was kind of left in that dust. He's going to have the 41 and the 1 machine all filtering in behind him here as all around. Oh man, that's Connor Leach having some tough fights back here, trying to figure out a way to get around some traffic here. He's tucked in behind the 38 of Frank Peacock, and the 05 of PJ Cox here is the 9 machine, or I should say 79 Connor Leach, or Jarrett Woodard, one of the other Canadians, tries to follow suit here. The 20 of Justin Lawson is involved in some of this action here as well. as everyone tries to figure out their positions here and make one final sprint to the end. You got the 13 of Mr. Paul Durkee tucking into line here behind that 18 of Chris Klein. Oh, slow traffic there.
Nice save by the 38. Great looking out by the guys that checked up and avoided hitting him. We're still green here. Man, alive, Frank Peacock, man. That thing was dead sideways and he saved it. Exciting stuff here.
And that indeed it is. We even got a battle for your lucky dog here, as well as the 12 and the 7 fighting for some of those positions here for the lucky dog. Currently looks, I believe, the 7 of Tristan Cotton in that lucky dog position. Mark Collins trying to get up there as well.
Crazy restart back there. Anderson in the 099, and then you had the 99 and the 33 all running together there, sometimes 3 wide and stuff on that restart. They're still kind of all in the same vicinity, with the 98 of Leach kind of coming up in the mix now. Caught up to this little pack with Derek Welch at the back, and the is it the 41 or the 47 that's up there?
41. Chris Goins up there. Having a pretty good battle out there. 099 of Albert Anderson in the hunt here as well, trying to squeeze up underneath the 33 of Sean Roberts, as we got some good 2x2 action going on out here. But as Turner goes in, pays the bills, we have to pay the bills here as well, as we take a quick step aside and have a quick message from some of the great sponsors. But when we return, we'll have the remaining action of this race here from Charlotte in the NTRL Xfinity Series. And as we return to the action, here it is heating on up here up at the front. Jim Ott under pressure here for the lead as the 98 of Connor Leach tries to sneak his way on down low, and indeed he does. He did take 4 tires back on lap 63 compared to Jim Ott's 2 tires, and Sean Roberts making use of that 4-tire stop here, as well as we're getting a caution here. Oh, we got one slipping and sliding through the infield grass.
Yeah, Klein was sideways. It looked like he was going to save it. The caution came out even though he went off the track.
Oh, you know what? I think it was the 6. Oh, it was the 6 down on the apron on the exit of pit road, getting all squirrely down there before.
Oh.
So that is what actually the caution came out for. But in the like you were saying there, I'm trying to find Klein's name here so I can
Is that more tequila shots?
find his.
Yes.
It is. As the 18 and the 3 getting all knotted up together there with the 22 and the 18 taking that very quick trip down through the infield grass. But great job holding it and rejoining the traffic. Of course, yellow came out around that time as well, so everyone was slowing on up, so it didn't really lose too much there as well.
That's pretty fast through the grass. That's crazy quick.
Yeah, mate, you got to be careful. There's some gopher holes down there, and that'll pop that car straight up into the air.
It's bouncy. You got to keep that wheel straight too, man. He did a great job of doing that. You might want to turn, but you can't. You got to just keep it straight as you can, otherwise that thing will come around on you.
So now we're looking for fuel here, I'm assuming.
Probably fuel and tires. I mean, we were seeing it there with the 2 of Jim Ott was losing a few positions as the drivers with the 4 tire stops there kind of a few cautions ago really took on over as we watch everybody come on out. No, Sean Roberts electing fuel only. A quick splash and go for him. He's going to inherit the lead here. Gonna get the 98 of Connor Leach jumping over the 22 of Justin Hurst, as well as the 2 of Jim Ott. So moving on up with a full stop. Justin Hurst with a very quick stop, moving up a few positions there. Looks like he was just a 2-tire stop. Jim Ott with a full. Then Paul Ferdiani, the gambler, is going to be gambling on a set of 2 tires down there. And then pretty much everyone else taking the full.
I want 4 fresh ones here, especially here towards the end. If I've got them, I'm putting them on right now.
Yeah, well, I think I agree with you on that. But of course, I'm not very good at driving, you know. I was always in the rear with the gear.
Michigan, you know.
Well, Michigan now, I could do something there. I don't know. It was like magic in Michigan. I guess maybe I've never been to Michigan, but I feel like I have the spirit of Michigan.
Could have used your help here the other night. I was running in the recruiting race that VRL was putting on at Michigan.
Oh, you ran in that?
Yeah, I did run it. Yeah, picked up a top 10, but man, I could have used some of your tips during that deal.
I would have been the spotter for you if I had the time.
I was terrible on restarts, and there was guys with damage pulling away from me. I just didn't know what I was doing wrong there.
It's a tricky track, but it's actually such a fun track.
Still had a blast. It was a lot of fun. It's the first time in the seat for me in a long time. So.
Well, glad you got to do that. Hopefully Brown, I like watching Brown when he does those 24-hour things. Hopefully you got one of those coming up at all, Brown?
Endurance racing?
Yeah. Guess not.
Larry Dickerson over there in the YouTube chat saying, "Hey, sorry y'all had to hear my outburst on the radio at the beginning. Hey, man, hey, that's emotions get the best of us, dude." And
we heard it. We heard all kinds of mayhem over there.
We love hearing the drama of the what happens on the racetrack is part of it, you know.
And we can't interpret all of it. We just know that you were angry, and I think you thought somebody wrecked you at some point. And hey, that's cool. I'm down with that.
Viewers didn't hear it. You know, we're the only ones that listened to the.
Well, we like to tell everybody. You know, we're
radio,
like snitches.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we got to snitch a little
Did you
bit.
hear what
Everybody loves.
Dickerson yet said?
Yeah, did you hear what he said? The 69 was going crazy. That's how we do it here.
Yeah. Gonna blow it out
But
of
it
proportion.
makes some drama, you know. Then everybody wants to have a shots of tequila and have a party. So
Yeah. Now you're with us. You can take shots during the cautions like the rest of us.
yeah, we all have bad days. I know I do.
Yeah, Larry maintains that second time was on purpose.
Okay, well,
We'll get
duly
back-
noted. I think they're going to look at it as far as the management team.
Yeah, that's the good thing about this league is the admins do go back and review all the incidents. So.
But if he did get wrecked on purpose and it was proven, maybe they'll have to, whoever wrecked him, they have to have like a hell in a cell or something. You know, they get in there with chairs and start pounding each other, coming off the top ropes and all that fun stuff. You know, hell in a cell. You never seen that one?
Oh, well,
On
of course I have.
WWF? Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, well, they get all the wrestlers. They get they're in a cage and they just start cage fighting each other with
Cage match.
chairs and chickens and everything. It gets wild.
Hit each other with rubber chickens.
Yeah, real chickens too.
Real chicken. Okay.
Well, we're about to find out who the real chickens are here as the pace car comes on down into pit road and we get ready to head on back to that green flag with the 33 and the 98. Getting things fired on up here side by side, battling for the lead with 25 laps left to go here tonight from Charlotte in this NTRL Xfinity Series. A race, the two of Jim Ott moving up a couple of positions here. Quick off the get-go, trying to figure out a way around the two heavyweight fighters. Oh, we got one hard into the inside wall back here. Oh, that was the 7 of Tristan Cotton. Absolutely beating that inside wall down.
PJ Cox, the victim of net code right there. It looked like he was running next to the 1. He net code kicked him sideways and put him in the outside wall there, the 05 of PJ Cox. Oh, man. Bad luck for him.
Yes.
Well, look at Justin Hurst in the 22. He's up a bunch of spots despite being in the hairpiece car. Pennzoil machine.
The hairpiece car.
Having a good race, that Justin Hurst is.
That he is. He's making his way up underneath as the almost 3 wide behind him here. Oh my goodness, the one machine. You got the 33 of Paul Ferdiani, or excuse me, the 10 of Paul Ferdiani. I'm so used to seeing Paul in the 33, not Sean Roberts. I keep stumbling over that a little bit there. You also got the triple O with the double O with the single O with Joe Bennett. Oh, 3 wide indeed as they send it on down through turns 3 and 4. Oh, this is where it gets tight.
I don't know how they survived that, to be honest with you.
Whew. I'll tell you this, Dylan Walterman in that 99 machine, he's got some chrome appendages going on there as he finds his way slipping and sliding down underneath all that action.
Yeah, I think. I don't know about hairpiece. I think it might be just plugs. Is it plugs?
I mean, it's a full piece. It's an expensive one. Whatever he did, he worked on it.
Got that money. He's got a championship under his belt.
People don't know we're talking about
Joey
Yeah.
McDonald.
yeah, Joey. Actually, I used to hate him like really bad, but he's gotten a little bit better
Why would you hate him?
over the years. Well, I don't know.
I don't
hate people.
I don't hate him. He just has a punchable face.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Kyle
saying. He
Busch.
did. It's gotten better. No, Kyle Busch is a saint. Don't you talk bad about Kyle Busch.
20 got in the wall there just a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
It's bunched up real good here. Like, real good racing.
it really is. You know, I too is Stubblefield up inside of that action here, as well as that 33 Sean Roberts just continuing to bleed positions here. Got the 8 of Dylan Bryant now making his way up underneath that 33. Looked like maybe not the right pit road call there for Sean Roberts, taking just the fuel.
Biddy the wall. There were 3 wide there with the 10 and the 099, and Nick Biddy scraped the outside wall there. Sorry to interrupt there, bud.
That's all right. As all that's going on behind the leaders are absolutely throwing haymakers out here. The 98 and the 2 going side by side down into turns 3 and 4. You got Frank Peacock in the 38 up there, as well as the 41 of Chris Goins. This is going to be a fantastic battle that's going to come on down to the wire here with about 18 laps to go.
Yeah, Paul Ferdiani has found himself in some positions here. He's lost a few. Yeah, I've been having a good time watching him. Real close racing back here as he's in 16th. But been kind of the sandwich in the middle of a lot of passing.
Joe David in 6 right there. That is not for position. Joe David is 6 laps down on a lap all by himself out there, but still trying to race hard.
Yeah, he's racing.
Same thing with your boy there, the 72 of John-Luke Wilkie, still tied up in some of this action. Almost gets into the back of the 3 there a little bit. And it looks like there's some disconnection issues there for the 6. I don't know if you were mentioning that. He's been blinking a little bit.
Internet problems.
Yeah, Jessica, a bunch of people are with you on that one, I bet.
What'd she say?
She can't stand Kyle Busch.
Well, he's a saint. Don't talk bad about Kyle Busch. What's wrong with y'all?
Just
Heck of
seems
a driver.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not doubting his driver.
Too, you know? Yeah.
I wouldn't invite
Y'all
him.
hate so much.
I would invite him to a
So
barbecue.
much.
I want to
You
hang
would
out.
or
With,
would not?
I would not. I'd rather
Why?
hang out with Matt and the Benedetto or somebody.
I
Bring all
would
of them.
love to hang out with the Benedetto.
No, 33 into 10.
Ferdiani on the wall.
And
They're
it's
stacking up now.
yeah, 57 getting involved there as well. We knew it was gonna come at some point with how close these guys were racing, and out of all the 3 wide action that we saw, we thought it might have come from that, but fortunately, it looks like just some side by side hard racing going on down that front stretch. Let's go ahead and see what happened. Oh, the 33 turning into that quad oval a little bit. I don't know. It kind of looks like that back end stepped out a little bit on him there. Got a little loose and down into the 10. And then, oh man, the 57 nowhere to go. Kind of pinballs down into the 33 who gets back into the 10. Talk about some destroyed race cars out there.
33? I'm not sure what happened there. The car cut to the left there, it just looked like. It was hard to.
Well, I think he
hard to see
might have
the-
been he might have been avoiding the wall, you know, as it tightens up there out of 4 and just dipped him down. Or I don't know. Well,
It's hard to say.
it's hard to say, you know. I don't like to call people out, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Don't want to start any kind of fights. But hey, I've been behind the wheel of these things. Coming out of 4 here is very hard to handle. Oh, Anchor is out there though on the radio. Well, Brown, there's some anger out there on the radio tonight. I'm just saying. I don't. Oh man. Oh, Brown, I wish we could interpret what's going on out there, but
I'll do your best.
it's interesting. Well, there was an apology, then there was a pause, then the guy accepted the apology, then somebody thought there wasn't an apology, and then they thought there was, and then they wasn't. Now they're just yelling at each other.
That's
Pretty
just
much
a
sums it up.
mass confusion.
It was, yeah, it's like you know the game Telephone. Did you ever play that when you were in like
Purple monkey
kindergarten?
dishwasher, yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah. So it's
Well,
all
Jessica-
worked out, I think.
Jessica Stubblefield is so committed to her dislike of Kyle Busch. She says that
Mhm.
she'll cheer for him if the Oilers ever go back to Texas.
Yeah.
So
They
there's a little salt in the
should.
wound for you.
Well, they were stolen. illegally. I think Supreme Court case. I'm gonna maybe take it to the Supreme Court. The the team in Houston right now needs the name back and the
The ship
uniform.
has sailed like 30
No,
years
no.
ago.
The Browns they got stolen too, but they got to keep their name.
No, they became the Ravens.
Yeah, but now they still at least have a team that looks like the Browns. They got the same
Well,
uniforms.
yeah, that's
So
a
everybody
different
forgets that.
franchise. Yeah,
Yeah, but still, why can't we have the Oilers back? And then we can forget about it, and I can like Nashville. Like, let's do it like a peace accord or
Should-
something, so
should-
we don't have to go in there middle of the night and take it over.
you should like Nashville anyway. It's a cool town, man. You should
Man,
definitely go.
I know. No, I'm not going until I get my name back and my uniforms. Because if I wear an Oilers uniform or shirt there, like an Oilers shirt, that's an Oilers hat, they're going to think I like the Titans. I don't like the Titans. I like the
Sure.
Oilers.
Sure, you get a Warren Moon jersey or a
They don't even know who Warren Moon is because they aren't part of the process. They just got handed a team because they're some hipster town,
Earl Campbell.
growing hipster town. Oh, we got this music scene here. We should have a football team,
And it's pretty awesome too.
Well, I'm not gonna lie about that, but they don't deserve a football team. They shouldn't have stole one at least anyway. They should have
It's
just
like-
had like a
It says on my
expansion team or something.
It says on my screen that Adam Turner is manually disconnected.
Yeah, I
This is
quit,
sort of-
guys. Well, it's the time.
You quit.
It's the time when it breaks down.
Man, you got an extra 15 minutes out of it. Normally it quits around 9:30.
Yeah, no kidding. By halfway point of the race, he's like, my computer's.
I'll be back. I gotta fight with these people about the Oilers. I can't take this. Well, if you want to really get into history, there were one of the true Tennessee people. He said, "You may all go to hell. I'm going to
Crockett.
Texas."
David
Yeah,
Crockett.
he's from
Congress-
Tennessee.
Congressman David Crockett.
Mm-hmm. See, so there you go.
Sounds like DW is trying
Well-
to walk around her house over there.
Well, yeah,
His peg legs scraping the floor. I heard it.
that's a thing right now, unfortunately.
Meanwhile, everyone getting all stacked back up, ready to rumble here side by side behind the pace car. Lights are turned on off, coming on down to the home stretch here. Going to be 10 laps left to go. A final sprint to the finish here for these drivers as the 98 and the 2 are going to get things started off here side by side up at the front. 38, Frank Peacock, and the 41 of Chris Goins are right behind them. Triple O, Joe Bennett, 99, Dylan Walterman, the 1 of DW there, as well as the pace car comes on down onto that pit road, and here we go. Side by side, green flag is back on out. The 98 with a great restart there, getting way out in front. Oh, and we're wrecking already. Oh, the 32 slipping and sliding, staying green though.
That started out with DW. He missed a shift or something happened on the restart, and it bottlenecked everybody up. And the 32 went down in the grass with a couple other guys, but we're staying green.
And nothing coming back up onto the racetrack here as that 98 of Connor Leach continues to guide the way down and out of turns 3 and 4. The 2 of Jim Ott looking on down low side by side as they come back down across that line and into turns 1 and 2 we go. The 38 and the 41, they've just been absolutely locked up with each other here side by side. We got a little bit of breathing room before the 18 of Chris Klein and the 99 of Dylan Walterman catch on up to him here as they continue their battle side by side here as well. Meanwhile, the 2 slips in front of that 98 of Connor Leach here, trying to dive and fight for all those positions. Also got that 20 of Justin Lawson. He's got the 099 of America's Driver sitting right there behind him, with the 8 in the 92 sitting right in front of him as well. Oh my goodness.
Lauren, don't y'all put the tequila up yet. I'm not sure we're done with cautions here tonight. It's getting pretty intense out there on the track.
And just like the Boy Scouts, always be prepared as the 2 machine continuing continuing to lead the charge here up at the front, but still some fantastic battles going on. The 05 of PJ Cox trying to find his way up into a top 10. Oh, some right side romance right in front of that one of DW as the 05 and the 20 trade a little door paint.
Guys, so many of these fellas already used a fast repair out here tonight. So you're going to have to be extra careful here as they come down the home stretch.
Double O getting up into that outside wall, and he's losing a whole bunch of positions here as everybody slips on around him. It's the 23 of Mark Collins looks down low, trying to sneak his way up into a top 10, and he does, getting out in front of that 05 of PJ Cox. Things starting to settle down just a little bit here as the one machine of DW trying to figure out a way around the 20 of Justin Lawson. He's officially got that position and gets some room.
Joe Bennett definitely having some problems getting the grip down. Oh, there goes Mac. He just got spun. He had contact with Albert Anderson. He's down in the grass. Still green here.
Yeah, he's going to unfortunately take an unsafe penalty down there on pit road, and it's going to cost him, but we remain green flag racing here. With about 5 laps left to go, the 98 of Connor Leach still trying to figure out a way to get back up to that back bumper of the 2 of Jim Ott, the 41 of Chris Goins, as the 38 of Frank Peachock gets up into the outside wall.
Guys pushing these cars to the limit here late in this race, trying to make something happen. Overdriving these tires is easy to do when you're this far into a pit stop run. You got the tire cycle, the tire life. Definitely hanging by a thread here for some of these cars.
And 41 trying to figure out a way around the 98 of Leach here, but just can't quite get to that clean air. I think the air being thrown off the 98 is affecting the 41's ability to get the pass done here. Meanwhile, here comes the 18 of Chris Klein around the outside of the 38 of Frank Peachock down the back stretch, as looks like the 41 of Chris Goins trying to do the same thing around the outside here of Connor Leach. Side by side they go down through turns 3 and 4 and back down across the line. The 41 just gets that nose out in front there to steal that position away as they cross the line. 2 laps left remaining as the 2 of Jim Ott just looking behind him saying, yeah, you guys keep it on up. Let me just run whatever I got to run up here to pick up this win.
Stubbs may take this position from the 99. It looks like he did. The 99 had gotten into the wall there, Dylan Walterman, and Tim Stubblefield taking advantage and taking that 6th position. He's up 20.
Goodness gracious here as the white flag waves, so no more cautions here tonight and no one behind that 41 that 2 of Chris Goins, 41 of or 2 of Jim Ott, I should say, out here in front, coming on down the back straightaway. The 41 of Chris Goins trying to figure out a way to close up 3/4 of a second here in one singular corner, but it's not gonna be in time. Rounding out of turn number 4 and coming on down home the final stretch, the 2 of Jim Ott runs on home in victory lane, followed by the 41 and the 98. The 18 of Chris Klein stealing that position away from Frank Peachock there in 4th. And then we got some people kind of wrecking across the line. 22 of Justin Hurst having a exciting finish there at the end.
Yeah, 72 John Luke Wilkie in there as well. Contact sliding back and forth there.
Well, we had a Canadian in the podium here tonight.
Yeah, Connor Leach in that 98. Hot once again out there. Great driver of the that Chevy Camaro.
Yeah.
So everybody cools on down, and looks like the 2's gonna do some victory donuts out there.
Definitely earned the right to do so. Like I said earlier tonight, guys, it was the Jim Ott show, and we were all just here viewers in it. And 7/10 of a second That's a pretty good margin of victory there. Wasn't nobody close to his back bumper there. Auto owners Chevrolet Camaro out there continuing to celebrate. Yeah, Chris Goins had a solid night out there, up 13 spots. Great competitor Chris is, as always. And then, as you mentioned there, Connor Leach, our neighbor to the north, one hell of a race car driver as well.
Well, so I mean, not only that, but you got Chris Klein up there, up 18. Frank Peacock there at the end started losing positions, but up 16. Dylan Walterman up 19. DW up 18. I mean, even Jarrett Woodard just inside of that top 20 there in 17th, up 15 on the day. So we had quite a few people make some big time moves here tonight.
20 cars on the lead lap too. That's not too bad. With a starting grid of what do we have? 35 cars.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's nice.
Pretty great race. Jessica out there saying, "Great job, Tim. Great race." For the Stubbs machine finishing in 6th.
Hit the like and subscribe buttons, guys.
Yeah, that too.
We gotta
get
this thing rolling.
Yeah, I mean, even when we weren't broadcasting, we picked up a few new subscribers.
Oh, good. I'm ready to head to the World Economic Forum as a participant.
We're almost to 500, guys.
Oh, I think that's what happens.
496.
When we get there, I'll fly to Switzerland and have us a seat
What?
at the table. You know, the WEF.
Are you gonna like lobby them to have electric NASCAR cars or?
No. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to.
Oh, this is not the environmental thing, huh?
No, it is, but I'm gonna go there and be one of those protesty people. You know,
The protesty people.
the ones that like to protest and scream.
They're
and
all
get in your
protesty.
face, and I'll find Greta Thunberg, and I'll let her, her handlers know what's really going down.
Oh yeah.
I think so. Do we have anybody in the podium yet?
Yeah, it's a long walk, to get
Nobody
to.
wants to hear me talk about
Track
it.
is pretty good
It
size.
is. Well, it is. They're probably having cold ones, with their
A
food.
few corn dog stands in the middle too. It's easy to get distracted.
Ooh, I need a corn dog. That's what I need.
Have you ever had one at the Texas State Fair? Those are the best. I'm going to tell you. Those are the best. The corny dogs right outside the stadium on the west side. I think it's Fletcher's Corny Dog. Look it up. Google it.
Well, they used to have a place in the mall when I was a little kid. It was called Corn Dog 7. You remember those stores that were in the
Corn
mall?
Dog 7.
Corn Dog
Is it
7.
like an Orange Julius?
Yeah, kind of. It's a little booth in the mall, like in the food court.
Yeah.
Oh, some of the best corn dogs. Ooh wee.
It was good, huh?
Yeah, it's good. And it's, I was a little kid, so it seemed like it was 2 foot long. I'm sure it wasn't that big.
Well, it's probably like 50 cents, something your parents could afford,
It always looks bigger,
Yeah. Like I go past my grandparents' house, all the time now. And I look at the yard. I thought that yard was like 5 acres, It looks about, it's probably 800 square feet,
Sure.
But I thought it was gigantic as a child, All right, we got some guys coming.
There we go. Like I said, it's a long walk up.
I'm out of corn dog stories.
It is a long walk back to the dugout, but either way, we head on down to tonight's podium and get some of these driver interviews up underway. Starting us off is our friendly neighbor to the north, Mr. Connor Leach, driver of the 98, who just got lucky enough to be missed drinking a cold one on camera. I tried switching it in time to see you drinking out of that silver can there, but nonetheless, a great race there for the 98, finishing up on top there inside of that podium in 3rd place here tonight. Looked like a little bit of chaos, a little bit of strategery, a little bit of everything going on here at Charlotte tonight there, Connor.
Yeah, it was a good race there, good finish. I wish I got my damage fixed there. I didn't know how bad it was. I got hit. We went and got our laps back with the waiver out and think that was slowing me down on the straightaways there, and I was having to burn my tires up pretty bad. Just keeping up because you lose so much ground every straightaway and try to make it back up in the turns. But no, I'm happy to finish in third. That was a fun race.
You definitely made lemonade out of lemons out there. Your car did have quite a bit of the right front, pretty tore up, and then of course the back end of that car pretty bashed up as well.
Yeah.
But that Camaro, you did bring it home in third, and you did the best with what you had. And great effort out here tonight. Next week, Nashville Super Speedway. I don't know if that's one of the tracks that you enjoy or not. I know we're gonna enjoy watching it. You guys kind of preparing for that already?
I haven't run it yet. I think it's call it a super speedway. I wouldn't call it that, but
It's really not. Yeah.
yeah, it'd be similar to the other mile and a halfs, I guess. I'll do a little practice with it at some point this week, but yeah, I'm always looking forward to the next race. It's always fun to get out here.
Well, congrats on the third place finish. Who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
Shout out to my teammates there. Unfortunately, some bad luck with some wrecks and just the way the cautions fell there. Ended up losing a lap or so, and but no, we had a good strategy going. We're all pretty well in the same strategy of running the first tank of gas pretty close to empty, came down, filled it up, no tires, and planned on just running another 10 or another 20 so laps, and that would have put us in a good spot where if it had gone green the whole rest of the way, we would have had 2 more pit stops to make, but we would have been able to put new tires on it on both of those stops. So been a pretty good I think we would have been in good shape at the end there, but caution started happening. Just gotta play your cards with what you're given, and yeah, it was a good race. I thought it was fun. Yeah, and that just shout out my teammates, Beer Money Racing. Let's see what happens next race, but always happy to be a part of it. NTRL puts on a good league, and you guys do a good job with the broadcast, so looking forward to it.
Awesome. Awesome, man. Well, big congratulations to the 98 of Mr. Connor Leach picking up that third place finish here tonight, finding his way up to that podium, man. Congratulations. You can now safely enjoy that cold one without worrying about wrecking or nothing. So we'll let you be and have fun doing it, man, and have a good night, and see you next week and back out on the track.
Yeah, thanks, guys. See you next time.
See, most of my Canadian friends are either from Toronto or they're from like the middle of Canada, like Alberta. Connor lives out in Vancouver suburb. It's way out on the west coast, so
Oh yeah,
a little bit different part of Canada there.
hey, he's got plenty of hours left to enjoy his beverage there. His night's
Sure,
just starting.
Is that the San Francisco of Canada?
It's something like
That's
that.
on the west. It's across from like Seattle area. and
Yeah,
Birmingham.
I mean, I know what geography is. I've heard
Yeah.
of it.
Heard of it? No.
It's pretty neat out there.
Well,
It's very beautiful. I know that.
Well, let's see if you heard of this guy as we introduce tonight's second place finisher, up a whole bunch of spots on the day. The 41 of Mr. President, Chris Goins, bringing home the second place finisher here tonight. Chris, congratulations. It was a fantastic run from you here tonight, especially there late at the end. Do you think if you didn't fight with Connor there with about 5 laps to go that you might have had something to catch up to Jim there?
Hey guys, thanks. I'm not sure if I had anything for Jim. He had all of us kind of covered for the most part of the race anyway. It would have been fun to give it a shot, but sitting there fighting with Frank on the restart and Connor for those few laps and trying to fight for those spots, really I think I had something for him maybe, but just ran out of laps just trying to fight for spots. So I'll take a second after that EOL to start.
Well, Chris, gotta give you credit that Popple Ford Mustang stayed clean. I mean, it didn't have a scratch on it. Connor Leach was doing whatever he could to try to run you guys down, but he had pretty heavy damage on that car. You just were great at dodging all the crud out there and keeping that Mustang clean out there. And good on you for doing that. That's if you're gonna finish well, you got to have a car that handles decent, and you can't do that if you're all wrinkled up.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody told me early on to finish well, you first have to finish. So, that's the main thing is these corners here at Charlotte are tricky. Coming out of 4, that wall kind of jumps out at you if you're not paying attention to it. So, got close a couple times, especially there at the end racing with Frank and Connor. But we were able to keep it clean, avoid some of the chaos there at the start. Did go through the infield a couple times just to avoid some stuff, which is fine. But overall, kept it clean. Had a fun race and some good racing up front.
Well, congrats on the second place finish. Who up 13 spots? That's pretty awesome. Who would you like to give some of those shout outs to?
I want to Popple, Stivers Automotive Group, my guys over at Right Turn Racing, Chris Elliott, Jesse Redding. You guys for broadcasting these things. Always fun to go back and watch. Just all the drivers in the league. I've had some good racing with a lot of these guys all the way through the pack. So a lot of good clean racing. Had some issues tonight, but overall it's been a great league that NTRL's put on. So I appreciate DW and those guys putting this league on too. And I think next week we're at Nashville. So we'll see if we can keep it going next week.
Awesome, man. Well, big congratulations there to Mr. Chris Goins, up 13 spots on the day, picking up the second place finish here tonight, man. Congratulations. Enjoy that podium, and we look forward to seeing you guys back out here on track again next week there, buddy.
I appreciate it, guys. Have a good night.
Good luck in Tennessee.
Yes, sir. Indeed. And it looks like maybe Jim Ott had to run around and get places here, so doesn't look like he's joining us. If he does pop into the podium, we'll jump on over and talk with him. But in the meantime here, fellas, that's gonna do it here tonight from Charlotte. Saw a whole bunch of action, whole bunch of strategy, and a whole bunch of strategy we didn't even understand. And normally we're at least somewhat in line with some of what people are thinking. But that's the beauty of seeing this many drivers come on out to a racetrack. You never know what's going to happen.
It was so ingenious, it looked dumb. We didn't know what was going on, but yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. A lot of great action out there on the track, fighting for position, a lot of contact. Could have probably used a couple less cautions, but I mean, that's part of the fun. We really enjoyed watching it. I mean, it's not like we ran overtime or anything. It's not like we ran 1,000 caution laps out here. I think it was a good balance out there tonight, Adam. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think the cautions happened. They were spread out kind of. I thought it was nice. We heard people using almost like a tridents against each other. That was cool.
Hand grenades.
He's got a trident in his hand. There were some little battles out there mentally and physically. These guys, I'm sure, were tired of running around there, but good race overall. I can't wait to see what happens next week. There might be some anger boiled over.
Yeah,
it just may be as we take a look here at tonight's finishing order here from Charlotte. The 2 machine of Mr. Jim Ott picking up the race win. The 41 of Chris Goins having a fantastic race, moving on up 13 spots there for the second place, and Connor Leach having a solid race as well, rounding out that podium. You also got the 18 of Chris Klein up 18 spots on the day, finishing up in 4th, having a fantastic run. You also got the 38 of Frank Peacock having a great run there as well, up quite a few spots on the day as well. 92 of Timothy Stubblefield. Look at that, Stubbs Nation almost coming in clutch with that almost top 5 here, but securely in that top 10 in 6th. Dylan Walterman, your hard charger of the race, up 19 to finish there in 7th here tonight. A great run there. The 8 of Dylan Mad Max Bryant, well, he started there in 8th for the 8, and he's going to finish in 8th for the 8. So a pretty just all around decent. A lot of 8s going on there. The Pepsi machine having a pretty solid run here tonight. The 1 of DW started towards the back and worked his way up towards the front, making it up 18 spots to sneak into this top 10 there in 9th. And the 05 of PJ Cox rejoining the group up there, up inside that top 10, having a pretty solid effort. Down a few positions on the day, but still, whenever you get a top 10, you're feeling pretty good, especially in a 35-car field.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll take top 10 points at a race like this. The 20 machine of Justin Lawson will finish in 11th place. 12th, America's driver Albert Anderson in the 099. The double nickel, Tom Barish, finishes in 13th place, up 7. Down 7 positions, the triple O of Joe Bennett. Rough night for Joe out there. Had some problems finding some grip. 22, Justin Hurst finishes about where he started there in 15th place. 16th, Anthony Williams in the 4 machine. The 79, Jarrett Woodard. He'll finish up quite a few spots there. Starting at 32nd, he'll finish in 17th place. Benjamin McKinnon, we hadn't talked about him much at all here tonight in the number 14 machine. He's up a few spots, finishing in 18th place. Nick Biddy in the 32, little contact there late. He'll drop a few spots here on the night, finishing in 19th. Rounding out your top 20 and the last car on the lead lap here tonight, Mark Collins in the 23 machine, involved in a late race incident there as well. So better luck next week there, Mac.
Yeah, the 12, Joseph Thompson, he's up a little bit there to make 21st, 22nd. 3 is Skylar Herod. 31, Scott Milner ended up 23rd, 24th, the Assassin. In the 72, John Luke Wilkie. Number 7, Tristan Cotton, 25, 26 to 33 is Sean Roberts. Hayden Malcolm in that 81 car, he ended up there 27th, 28th. We got the 6 of Joe David. 29th to 10, the Gambler, Paul Ferdiani. 57, Russ Endicott. Started 30th, ended 30th. That's pretty good for him. Right, even Steven there. Paul Durkee started first, ended up 31st. That's a rough one for the 13. 46, Justin Morrow. Ended up 32nd. Brandon Coleman, 33rd. 27, Michael Eden. He might have been race control. Not sure. 34th.
No, he's racing.
Oh, he was racing? Okay.
Yeah.
He's 101 laps down. Didn't see too much of him. And the Mr. Controversy, number 69, Larry Dickerson in 35th.
Did we ever get Jim on the radio? Or
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Hey, that's what I would do if I won. I just
Walk it
drop
up. Hey,
it
I want no words needed, right?
Yeah. I'll go
Mic drop, walk away.
drop. Yeah. So,
But anyway, well, while we continue this elongated mic drop, we thank you all for tuning in and watching and joining us here on this lovely evening, because as always, you guys are the reason why we enjoy doing this and do all these broadcasts in the first place. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as we're very, very close to hitting that 500 mark. And hit that notification bell as well, so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, if you do enjoy any of the action out there, be sure to hit that thumbs up button as well, so we can continue to grow this fantastic racing community. Also have to say a huge thank you to the proud race sponsors of the NTRL, like Davidson Builders, DEP Graphics, Sim Gear Central, Trek Bar Media, and Martin Sports, alongside Stoke. All y'all for that great support. So with that, we shut things down here for tonight, but everybody better show up on Wednesday night, as it's championship night, which is also very nice, coming up from the VRL guys here on Wednesday night over there at Phoenix. We got 4 drivers in the hunt. Find out who they are and what are their chances coming up here throughout the week, and we look forward to seeing the culmination of a fantastic season from those guys over there. But until then, that's a night. I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We are signing off.
We gone.
see ya.